In our huddle this morning, we were talking about growth and having experience with trying to grow revenue, scale your business, if you will. One of the components that I experienced is when you go through growth, a lot of times the growth will push on the infrastructure and the systems and processes. What I've seen in the past is when we grew our revenue and people weren't dying to the systems and processes, that there would be corners that were cut and it would result in poor execution or a shit show. And so I was talking to the guys about the importance of candor, like how important it is for us to be candid with each other. Kind of unpacking candor, like, you can be kind and candid, you can be angry and candid, right? Which I have a lot of experience doing, and then you can be passive aggressive. For our company, I think candor is so important right now for us to be candid with each other. And obviously we want to do it with kindness, but like I told the guys, sometimes I'm just pissed, like I'm super angry, but I'm being candid as well. And so like, don't miss the candor just because of my anger, right? Which might be passion. I get kind of confused myself. It's like, when am I just being like super passionate about something versus when am I actually angry about something? I'm working on that, but my message to the staff is when I'm angry and I'm being candid, don't miss the candor in there. Passive aggressive is a little more difficult because there's like sarcasm, which is what makes it funny, but there's always truth in sarcasm. That's what makes it funny. I think when there's the truth in passive aggressive, the candor in there, I think it's missed almost every time. Many times the truth within passive aggressive gets missed. And many times probably the truth in when you're angry gets missed as well. The best version of myself is to be kind and candid, and people can still miss that message. But again, talking to my staff about like, we got to be candid. Well, my son, Dakota, was asking, well, give us an example of what that might look like. It's like, well, when you're talking about somebody else on the team and they're not in the room, then the conversation should be shifting. The example I gave was, I'm talking to Jaycon and I'm like, all right, Jaycon, Booz is doing thus and such. Jaycon should have the courage. I need him to have the courage to say, hey, when are you going to talk to him about it? And then follow up with me. Right? Did you talk to David about that thing you were talking to me about yesterday? It's like, nah, he was busy. It's like, well, talk to him today. I need Jaycon to stay on me to make sure that I follow up with that conversation. And so that was an example that I used in our huddle this morning. When you're gossiping or talking about somebody that's not in the room, to be candid with them and say, hey, when are you going to go talk to David about that, for instance? It's one of two things is going to happen there. One is that people are going to stop, like in our culture, people are going to stop talking about other people, and or they're going to, when they vent, they're going to be directed to go talk to that person face to face. And we're going to develop a culture that's very candid. Navigating revenue growth, and I'm trying to anticipate, all right, candor is going to be one of the characteristics that our staff is really going to need to embrace to scale.